All right, greetings everybody. Welcome to the Media Files. Apologize, has been anything updated in about a week or two. Just been super busy and kind of down and out a little bit with whatever I had, some sort of like cough thing or crap or whatever it is. So we have ourselves a few update videos that we need to add to the collection. Yeah, so first off, this pile here that we've got going on, basically it's all family animation except for one of them. Basically, so it's all just an animation update and varies from a couple of anime to, well, some CGI movies. So with that, let's see what we got right here on the Media Files. All right, welcome back. So first off, we have here basically his only family movie that he's directed thus far. So from uh, director Zack Snyder, we've got here on Blu-ray we have Legends of the Guardians, the Owls of Ga'Hoole, which is of course based off of the kids book series. Now I've never seen this, and it was kind of interesting that he would actually direct basically this movie. I think this came out after Watchmen. I think all I know is that it had some interesting things and some really cool what is it, like some really cool slow motion owl shots. So yeah, there we go. Um, Looks like a pretty cool movie. I don't think the digital copy works anymore because I think it's long out of date. But we got some great stuff on here. We got the maximum kid mode, which is basically um, the kind of like the maximum mode that Zach usually does, but this time they use one of the characters in the film to guide you through the movie. Then there's also um, Legends of the Guardians, Rise of the Guardians, the Owl's legendary bedtime story that inspired Soren to seek out the Guardians. To the Sky music video by Owl City, and four artwork galleries, including Legends of the Guardians, the locations, the villains of St. Angelus, and Legends of the Guardians, Soren and Friends, plus True Guardians of the Earth, Digger, and Modern Families. Rico Rodriguez hosts a fascinating look into the world of owls and why they are counting you to protect them. So I was like, oh, one of those Looney things. And then we also have, speaking of Looney, we have a Looney Tunes cartoon entitled Fur of Flying. Okay. Very interesting. So, yeah, so this will be an interesting watch from Zach, of course. So then, all right. Now, this anime I have never seen before. I've always heard great things about it, and it's definitely one of Miyazaki's masterpieces, from what I understand out of it. And I'm not talking about Spirited Away or Ponyo or My Neighbor Totoro nor Princess Mononoke. This one's way before all of them, actually. So here we have Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. I have never seen this. I have always wanted to see it, and now that I have it on Blu-ray, I can actually enjoy it. It's loaded, jam packed with bonus features. So we have an exclusive booklet, feature length storyboards, audio commentary with key animator, Hideki Anno. Oh, sweet! I didn't know that he was one of the key animators on this. The director of Evangelion, sweet, and assistant director Kazuyoshi Katamaya. An interview with Toshio Suzuki and Hideki Anno, and creating Nausicaa and the original theatrical trailers. Dude, that is awesome. Now I have to watch it. Oh, sweet. The booklet actually is in here. That's cool. It just looks like it's that's a thing to buy the movies on different mediums and whatnot. But yeah, looks awesome. Can't wait to sit down and watch it. That's so cool. Alrighty, that's awesome. I had no idea that he was even in key animator on that. Sweet. Now I have to watch it. All right, now I think everything else here I think is all CG. So now this one here is inspired by several of the video games with certain themes, but it's basically almost an original story. But what can we say? At the time when this came out, this was cutting edge CGI at the top of the line for very early 2000s, and this was the best that it could possibly be at that time. Obviously, now, if it wasn't for this movie, things would have been pushed, further on to CG as they are. Now, the story itself was over time after watching it for so long. The story can be weak in a few spots, but overall, though, it's just still an amazing, eye-popping film. Now, of course, I remember when this movie came out. Um, there were stories behind it specifically about the animation style and how realistic everybody looked. But I mean, what can I say? It's the only movie out of this video game franchise that I don't have on Blu-ray. I'm of course talking about Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within. Yeah, so now I do have my original um, 2 disc DVD set, which was when it originally came out, and I think there's a few little things on there that is not available anywhere else. But yeah, I mean, it's so cool though that all of the commentaries and everything have been ported over to this, and it'll be interesting to see how well the CG holds up in Blu-ray quality, even though the movie itself is almost 25 years old at this point. But for the top of the line, and also at the time, this was a pretty good movie, even though it didn't do quite that well in theaters. Because everybody knows what happened after this movie. It basically took out Square Pictures because it didn't make quite enough. But hey, they tried, and that's kind of what it was. But hey, there you go. Well, now speaking of a movie that did really well, because the rest of this is all basically throughout the same franchise. So first of all, now I've seen only two of these. The rest I have not. But shall we say, if it wasn't for this movie, none of these characters would be in pop culture right now. But what can we say? It's Steve Carell and his probably one of his funniest roles ever. I'm of course talking about his role, of course, as Gru. We've got Despicable Me on Blu-ray. Yeah, loaded with tons of stuff on here, including all three of the mini movies starring, of course, everybody's favorite Minions. And how cool is that? Um, so there you go. Can't beat that. Alrighty, and then, I also managed to find, now, shall I say, most of these I found at the mom and pop store. And these were only like $3 a piece. Now, of course, Nazca, I found that at Disc Replay. But however, though, I did also find with the slipcover, by the way, it's really cool. It's actually a boss. We've got Despicable Me 2. Yeah, which includes 3 new mini movies. Of course, they bring the girl spy into the franchise and whatnot. But what's great about it is that this isn't even opened. Nobody has watched this, so this is really cool. Um, Absolutely loaded with extras. Of course, it's just being, it's the sequel. They have to, you know, Guru goes from being evil villain to evil villain to, basically super dad at this point. But really, really well done. Really good story. I really enjoyed it. And, I also managed to find Despicable Me 3 with the slipcover. And this isn't even, it's still, wrapped in the packaging. How cool is that? So now this one I have not seen. And what can we say? I think from the trailer, I think this is where they bring his brother into the storyline. But, hey, it just looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, So, it's got some bonus content on here and stuff, but nowhere near as much as the original release. But, yeah, so we'll see how this is. And one that I was not expecting to find, basically, here we have the newest one. We've got Despicable Me 4, also never watched. And and now this one, I had no idea that they were going to do a fourth one. And so for $3, hey, you can't beat that deal. I mean, literally, you got all 4 films in the franchise. And when did this come out? Yeah, actually, just very recently. So, yeah, there we go. I mean, you can't beat that. I mean, you got Gru, of course, looking pretty cool there, and with looks like a baby of some sort. I'm guessing probably his kid at some point. Alrighty, so then up next, we've got, well, since those goofy little yellow minions were so popular, well, they got their own movie. And unbeknownst to me until I just looked at this right now, well, this one also isn't open. So, but we also got here the 3D version as well. We've got the Minions movie, or Minions. So yeah, I mean, how cool is that? We get the movie, within the, you got, of course, you got Kevin, Bob, and, Stuart on the front, of course, with a bunch of other Minions and whatnot. But this is cool. Of course, I mean, who's not going to love the Minions at this point? I mean, if it wasn't for the Minions, Illumination would be, we have no idea where they would be at this point. And finally, we have here the sequel, or in this case, the prequel. We've got Minions: The Rise of Gru. So basically, this movie takes place before the first film, obviously. But yeah, I mean, how cool is that? I mean, we got more mini movies, more bonus features and content and everything else. I have no idea if there's going to be a Minions 3 movie. I'm sure there probably is. But I think Illumination's probably hard at work right now on the Super Mario Brothers 2 movie. And of course, we'll have no idea where that's going to go. But yeah, I mean, literally, you can't beat that. I mean, almost pretty much the entire franchise, basically for roughly about almost $20. You can't beat that, especially on Blu-ray, and when the majority of it's not even opened. So how cool is that? Loads of great stuff there. Alrighty, well, that does it for me for now, guys. And so with that, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment down below. With that, I'll see you next time. See ya.